Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Michael and I do a real estate test prep for the state of Washington. In today's video, I'm going to continue on with going through the real estate practice exam. So let's go. Okay, question. In a government survey description, one side of a section is how many feet long? Answer is 5,280. Explanation. A section is 1 square mile, with each side measuring 1 mile long. 1 mile equals 5,280. Okay, question. Teresa gives her little brother Mark a life estate par haute vie. Which of the following is true? Answer. Mark is the life tenant, but the measuring life is someone else. Explanation. In a life estate par haute vie, or for another life, the measuring life is someone other than the life tenant. So Mark, the life tenant in this case, will have an ownership interest in the property only while the other person is alive. A property owner dies without a will or any known heirs. The property passes to the state under what? Answer is escheat power. Explanation. The state's power of escheat means that the title of property passes to the state if no other owner can be located. Question. A new subdivision is built in a rural area outside urban growth boundaries. It is set up so that the houses are situated on small lots, with most of the subdivision land taken up by green space that is held by all owners in common. This is an example of what? Answer is rural cluster development. Explanation. Rural cluster development is a zoning practice that allows subdivisions in rural zoning districts to be made up of small lots and reserved green space in order to conserve rural open space. Question. Victoria receives an offer from Lloyd for her property. The offer is for $225,000. and she receives it on Friday morning. On Saturday, she counters by changing the purchase price to $235,000. The counter offer states that Lloyd has 48 hours to accept the other offer. On Sunday, Lloyd rejects the counter offer. Victoria immediately accepts Lloyd's original offer. Under these circumstances, the agreement is what? Answer is not valid, because Victoria terminated Lloyd's original offer when she made the counter offer. Explanation. Counter offer serves to terminate an offer. An offer has been rejected, it cannot be accepted. At this point, though, Victoria may simply make a new offer to sell the property to Lloyd for $225,000 and hope he hasn't changed his mind. Question. An elderly woman gives a power of attorney to her son to manage all of her affairs. What sort of agent is he? Answer is universal agent. Explanation. The description of the power of attorney doesn't mention any limitations, therefore the document gives the son universal agency authority. Okay, so question. Agent Marcus is showing a property that was built in the 70s. The buyer asks about the presence of lead-based paint in the house. What should he say? So, answer. Federal law requires sellers of houses built before 78 to make disclosures concerning lead-based paint. So, yeah. Explanation. So, the Residential Lead-Based Paint Reduction Act requires sellers of houses built before 1978, not after 78 as in option C. Okay. To disclose the location of any lead-based paint. Question. Which of the following loans would result in the borrower paying the least interest over the life of the loan term? Answer is a 15-year loan at 10% interest. Explanation. The shorter the loan term is, the less interest a borrower will pay. A shorter loan may not always be the best option for a borrower, though, as a shorter loan of the same amount will mean higher payments and may limit the properties the borrowers can afford. Question. A landlord enters an apartment to make sure everything is in working order without providing any advance notice. Is the landlord correct in doing so? Answer is no. The landlord would breach the covenant of quiet enjoyment, is the explanation. Okay, question. A square parcel measures 1/8 of a mile by 1/8 of a mile. How many acres is the property? The answer is 10. Explanation. 1/8 of a mile is equivalent to 660 feet. So 5,280 divided by 8. So you multiply to find its square footage. So 660 times 660, which would be the 435,600 square feet, and then divide that number of acres. So the 435,600 square feet by the 43,560 to get the 10 acres. Okay, so an agent sends faxes to clients highlighting prospective properties that they might like. The fax should always include what? Answer, instructions on how to opt out of receiving more faxes. Explanation. Amendments to the Telephone Consumer Protection Act requires senders to fax advertisements to include a notice that informs recipients how to opt out from receiving further faxes. Intent is the question. So, what is it? Answer is it sets out basic prior to negotiation. Explanation. A letter of intent is not a contract and it isn't binding, it's just a preliminary statement that lays out parameters for negotiating of a contract. Okay, question. Which of the following instances is an example of an agency relationship terminated by operation of law? Answer, is the subject property a single-family residence burns down? Explanation. Termination of an agency by operation of law can include termination when the agency term expires, when one of the party dies, or the extinction of the subject matter, in this case, a house burning down. Okay, question. A broker will be working for a firm as an independent contractor. The firm must provide the broker with what? Answer is an independent contractor agreement. Explanation. In order to be considered an independent contractor for income tax purposes, an agent must enter into a written independent contractor agreement with their firm. Guys, that's all I got for today. Come back for the next video and we'll continue going through this stupid exam. But yeah, once again, my name is Michael. I go through real estate test prep and I'll see you on the next one.